What's your name?
Hunter May.
Well, happy birthday, Hunter.
Thank you.
So I heard something about this deer. What is this deer to you?
195.
Is it your 10th deer?
No, it's my second deer.
It's your second deer.
And this is the one I remember most of because I shot it on my birthday.
You're going to remember it most because you shot it on your birthday? Well, that's pretty awesome, Hunter. You want to say anything else? Did you see any other deer?
Yeah, we saw two does. We saw one during the hunt, and then after when we shot this guy, it was in Austin's field, and we saw a big doe.
So we used dead downwind this morning.
What did you use this morning?
Dead downwind.
Did it work?
Yep.
So the deer couldn't smell you?
Yep.
Well, that's pretty awesome, Hunter. Congratulations.
Thank
Do you want to say anything else?
Nothing.
Okay.
Right after the run? Yeah. Just a little after the doe out in front of us. We watched her for a long time. Wanted to pass on it. I'm glad we did.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sun's bad here.
Well, smile anyway.
Not your fake smile either.
I want a real one. Come on, you're not running, son. It's kind of bad here. All right.
Max, so how many deer does this make for you?
I don't know.
You don't know? Is this your biggest one?
No.
No? How big's your biggest one?
An 8.
An 8? I thought that this one looks bigger than your 8.
Is it wider than your 8?
Quite a bit wider.
Probably.
See, I think you'll be surprised on what he scores compared to that 8 that you shot.
Probably.
What are you going to do with him?
I don't know.
You going to cut his antlers off and use them to rattle?
Nope.
That guy's gonna put him on the wall.
You going to do a European mount?
Yep.
Was it an exciting morning?
What happened?
Or
when
did you
squeezed
sleep?
the trigger?
It fell to the ground.
That's a great feeling.
So you didn't have to track him or nothing? He just dropped. How far away was he?
Probably, I don't know.
You don't know? Was he a long ways or
Not very far.
not very far? What type of rifle were you using?
6.5 Creedmoor.
That's a
nice gun.
That's a nice gun, an awesome shot, and I think it's time for us to figure out how big this buck is. What do you think?
Yep.
All right, sounds good. What's your name?
Hunter,
How old are you, Hunter?
12.
And you said that this is your second deer?
Yep.
Well, do you want to tell me about how you're hunting with this morning?
Well, we got up at about 6, and then we went out up into the woods, and we were walking, and we were in a horse pasture, and the horses didn't know what we were, so they got real excited and started blowing, and then we get close to where we're gonna go, and then a 6-point buck walks out and crosses the fence, but I had killed an 8-point last year, and it was pretty big, and my parents said nothing smaller than that. So I didn't shoot that one, and then we're waiting so we go to our spot, and we wait about an hour, and then we hear something back behind us, and my dad goes, keep watching back there. And so I'm watching, I look away because I think nothing's back there, and I look back there one more time, and then there this buck was, and he was walking towards us, and at the time I didn't know that he was an 8-point buck. I thought he was about the same size as mine last year. So anyways, I had the gun, so then I shot him. He ran. He was full speed, and then he ran into a tree, fell down, and then we waited about 5 minutes, and then we went and got this deer.
That's awesome. Well, I heard you talking earlier. Was there something special about this deer?
Yeah, my grandpa passed away last summer, and I was using his gun, and we think that my grandpa called this deer in for me.
Well, I believe it. That's a great buck, and it's an awesome story. I'm happy you got a deer and you were able to use your grandpa's gun. Are you ready to put some tape on there and see how big he is?
Yep.
All right, congratulations, Hunter.
Thank you.
Remember, you got to speak loud, too. What's your name?
Noah,
How old are you, Noah?
7.
Is this your first deer?
No,
Is it bigger or smaller than your first deer?
smaller.
Smaller? You were here last year, weren't you?
Yes.
What happened with the deer you shot last year? Did you win?
Yes.
So, how'd this hunt play out?
Good.
Good. How far away was he when you shot him?
65.
65 yards. Did you see some other deer?
5
5. Were they bucks or does?
bucks.
Bucks. Were they bigger or smaller than him?
Smaller.
Smaller. What are you going to do with this deer?
So we're gonna European mount.
What?
We're gonna boil it for you.
Boil it.
Is it going to go in your room?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you pretty excited?
Yes.
Well, congratulations. You want to see how big he is? With a tape measure? Okay. Congratulations, buddy. Is there anything special about this deer?
The leg.
What happened with his leg?
A rattlesnake.
A rattlesnake? Well, what's it look like? Can you explain it to me?
Holes.
There's 2 holes in it? But how'd you know that there was something wrong with his leg? Did it have a big knot on it?
Yes.
Is there anything else different about this deer?
The eyeball.
What's different about the eyeball?
It got poked out.
It got poked out. What do you think poked his eyeball out?
A deer.
A deer? You think another buck got his horn in there? Well, that's pretty different. I don't know if I've ever shot a deer with one eye. What are you gonna name this buck for your wall?
Are you gonna name him?
What?
We're gonna name him. Call him One Eye Willie.
One Eye Willie.
One-eyed Willie. Well, that's awfully awesome. Thanks for talking to us. Hey, you're starting to get famous. 2 years in a row you've been here. You gonna come back next year? Perfect. We look forward to seeing you. What's your name?
Quentin Casperson.
Is this your first deer?
No.
Is it your biggest deer?
Yeah.
I just have to have a reminder. What happened last year? When you shot?
It dropped.
Yeah, what happened to your face?
I hit myself in the nose.
So you learned your lesson?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so what happened with this deer?
I shot it. I gut shot at it, so it didn't go down all the way.
Well,
So it ran a little bit and dropped.
did he just appeared out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. How far away was he? 1,000 yards, 10 yards, 50 yards,
80.
80 yards. Well, that's still a pretty good shot. What type of rifle were you using?
308.
And how old are you?
12.
You're 12. What do you think you're gonna do with this deer? You gonna European mount him, put his antlers on your wall?
Put his antlers on the wall.
You're not gonna just cut him off and use them as rattles? No. It's gonna go in your room?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Next year, are you gonna shoot one this big or bigger?
I hope a little bit bigger.
A little bigger? You think you'll get one as big as your dad's?
No.
You never know. So you won't tell me anything else before I turn off the camera about your hunt?
No.
Okay. Well, congratulations. And we're going to score him and see how big he is.
Okay.
What's your name?
Emery.
How old are you, Emery?
12.
You're 12? Is this your first year?
No, it's my second.
is this your first buck?
Yep.
How far away was he?
80 yards.
80 yards? That's a pretty long shot. What type of rifle are you using?
243.
A 243, is that the rifle you got in front of you right now? So whose rifle is that?
Sisters.
Your sister's? Now, I hear there's something special about that rifle. What happened with it?
My sister killed a big buck. My sister killed
Your sister killed a big buck with it?
and I did.
And you did? You did. That's a dandy right there. How many deer did you see today?
Like 12.
Like 12? Was this the biggest one?
Probably.
Probably. Well, what about that one that all you could see was his ears?
I don't know how big he was.
You don't know how big he was? So what happened? What gave you the opportunity to shoot this buck? Did he just walk out and give you a shot? No, he didn't.
He was standing behind a tree.
He was standing behind a tree.
Finally backed up a little bit.
What about the other deer? Why didn't you shoot them? What made you pick this one and not the other ones?
The other ones were running.
The other ones were running? Well,
They were.
I mean, at least you made a good shot. Did he run very far? Did he drop right there? Did you have to track him?
Not really.
Not really.
Just walked down the hill.
He walked down the hill.
Yeah.
So was he easy to find?
Yeah, well, we had another kid with us. And he said, he's down there, down there.
Well, that's pretty awesome. You think you'll come back next year? What do you think you're gonna do with this buck? Are you gonna cut his antlers off and use them to rattle in more bucks? Are you gonna shoulder mount him?
Nope.
You gonna European mount him?
It's a European.
It's like a skull mount.
Yeah, skull mount, yeah.
You gonna put him on your wall in your room? Well, congratulations. I'm excited for you. This is your first buck, and hopefully we'll see you again next year. But before then, we need to put some tape on your deer and see how big he scores. Sound good to you?
Yep.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name's Shaylin Masters,
How old are you?
13.
You're 13. Is this your first deer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, tell me about your hunt.
Well, pretty much we just went behind my house and we parked the truck and we got out and the first thing we saw was 2 deer and we just kind of got on the ground and hid and just shot her.
So, tell me about what you were wearing when you went out there.
I was wearing jeans, rubber boots, and a coat and gloves.
So the only thing camouflage that you were wearing was a coat. You were wearing those blue jeans and that sparkly stinking belt you have on.
It was hidden though.
It was hidden.
Yeah.
You got some guts.
Thanks.
Everybody else wears camouflage and you're wearing blue jeans
Yeah.
to get your first deer.
Yep.
But it worked, so maybe that's some good luck. Maybe I need to start doing that, wearing jeans instead of full camouflage.
Maybe you do.
So did you see any other, what were the other deer that you saw?
Another doe.
Another doe? What about that buck?
I
Because
didn't see-
somebody told me a story about a buck.
When we were hunting before, I saw one, and then as soon as we started moving, he took off.
And you just couldn't get on him?
No.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for stopping by. Hopefully next year we'll see you again.
Yep.
Sound good?
Yep.
All right. What's your name?
Brendan.
Brendan. How old are you?
9.
9? Is this your first year? How many times have you been to our check-in station?
2 or 3.
2 or 3? Well, do you want to tell me about your hunt? What happened this morning?
We got out there, and then like 20 minutes later, my dad said, and then there's a deer. So, and then he's like, take it off safe. So I took it off safe and then raced it up. And
then he finally got broadside, and I shot him, and then we heard him crash into a tree.
He ran into a tree. So did you have to track him very far?
Only like 20 or 30 yards.
20 or 30 yards? That's not bad at all.
We walked right up to him.
Hey, that makes it easy. I wish every one of them was like that. Did you get him yourself?
No, Daddy helped me.
He helped you? But did you do most of the work?
I helped hold the legs.
You helped hold the legs.
All that.
Did you load him up by yourself? No? A few more years before you have to do that? All right. Well, thank you for coming and congratulations. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get home?
Hang him up and probably clean him.
Clean him? What are you going to do with his little spikes?
Oh.
I've cut them off and used them as Christmas tree decorations before. I got a whole tree full of deer. Well, thank you for coming by, and I'm glad you stopped by. Will we see you next year? Perfect. Congratulations, buddy. What's your name?
Seth Atkinson.
How old are you, Seth?
I am 14 years old.
Well, you got a pretty nice buck right there. You want to tell me about your hunt today?
Yeah, yesterday at 6 o'clock we went out and the blind was backwards, so we couldn't see out the front hardly. And so my guy, Jimmy Totten, brought me, and he looked out the back and said there's a buck out there. And I'm like, well, he's been joking with me all day, hey, there's one. And so I didn't think there was, but I heard him again, and I heard him start running, and he ran toward the front of the blind. So I stuck it out the little hole in the front of the blind that we couldn't see out of. And within 15 seconds, he ran 73 yards and was dropped.
Where'd you shoot him at?
I shot him right there in the neck. I didn't really get time for a good shot.
Well, those neck shots will drop him.
They
You either miss or kill him.
It dropped him.
How many deer does this make for you?
I don't know.
Is it your first one?
It's not first.
Is it your biggest one?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think so? Well, I hear that there's something you found whenever you were walking up to him.
Yeah, I was walking up to him and I stumbled upon that. And thought, hey, it's gonna pop a tire, so I picked it up and Jim saw it. Thought we should have kept it.
Yeah?
Have it.
Well, hopefully that deer that broke his antler right there will be around next year and you'll get a shot at him.
Yeah.
Your buck looks like he's been fighting a lot. He's got broken tines and looks like he's a little aggressive. So he might have been the one that broke that off.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by and congratulations you coming back and seeing us next year.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to it. You ready to score him and see what he'll score?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Make sure you talk loud enough, though.
What's your name?
Mackenzie,
Mackenzie. How old are you, Mackenzie?
12.
You're 12. So how'd your hunt go this morning? Were you in a ground blind or just sitting in a tree?
We were sitting in a tree.
Sitting in a tree? How far away was he whenever you shot him?
About 60 yards.
60 yards? What type of rifle are you using?
308.
A 308? What happened when you shot?
He instantly fell down.
How excited were you?
I was really excited.
What was the first thing you did whenever he fell?
I called my aunt.
You called your aunt? What are you going to do with him? Are you going to do a European mount or put his head on the wall? European? So, I think I heard from your mom, she said this is your second deer?
Yeah.
Is he bigger or smaller than?
They're about the same size.
About the same size. So you like hunting? Well, congratulations. Thanks for coming by. And let's measure him and see how big he is.